Welcome to Tbilisi for a nice World Cup warm-up game. And here they come. Ooh, is that safe? Someone call the fire department. Rugby.
I'm back, everyone. I'm a daughter richer and much poorer in the sleep department. And curious about what's been going on in the world of rugby. Let's see.
No. What? How could this be? Shenanigans. That guy. Let's just look at this past weekend's World Cup warm-ups. First up, my beloved Springboks took on Wales in Cardiff. And I did have them down to win. I did not have them down to score 8-1 in Cardiff against a Wales coached by Gatland. We all know the recent history between these two teams. Most of the games involved wingers looking skywards and nines getting inflammation in their kicking feet. Not this time though. The more experienced and match-fit Springboks gave the ball to their backline more often than in the past, and they managed to rack up 600 running meters. Like a college student experimenting on a dare, I was excited, but I was also confused about being excited. I am so used to Wales being a wall of impenetrable bastard, it was weird seeing Moody and Creel and even Snyman running so freely. The record 16-52 score really reflected how experimental and young this Welsh side was on the weekend. When your backline has a combined 39 caps, you're always going to struggle against any international team, let alone the Springboks coming fresh off the Rugby Championship. That was Wales's last chance though. Their next game will be on 10 September against Fiji at the World Freaking Cup. I just got chills. The Boks still have one last warm-up game left. Just the small matter of the bloody All Blacks at a nearly sold-out Twickenham. Whose idea was this? Do they want us to injure our players? Can we please make this a game of touchies? Please. Georgia hosted the USA in Tbilisi for a little looser this past Saturday. Details on the match are sparse, and the highlights seem to have been shot at 480p and 12 frames a second. Georgia did look comfortable in a 22-7 win though, or maybe that's just the compression artifacts in the video. It's hard to tell. Whatever the case may be, Georgia's last warm-up match will be this coming weekend against Scotland at Scottish Gas Murrayfield Stadium. One of the biggest matches of the weekend was between Ireland and England at the Aviva. And how the rugby landscape has changed since 2019. Back then, a lot of these very same English players laid waste to a post-peak Ireland by 57 points to 15 in a warm-up game. Now the Roses score a try maybe once a game, and the Irish are beating everyone, everywhere. Both teams were close to full strength, but the Irish just never looked bothered on their way to a comfy 29-10 win. Ireland just beat England at the same place they beat everyone else, the Ruck. They cleaned better and faster and disrupted more accurately and sneakily. England is, I don't know. They are mostly collecting receipts from lawyers these days, but at least they seem to be enjoying themselves. Italy also got a warm-up match on Saturday against Romania, and they spanked them as hard as the Boks did Wales. Romania got a red card in the 10th minute, and it was always going to be one-way traffic against the attack-minded Italy. 57-7 the final result. On to the next one. The last game of the weekend was a cracker as France hosted Fiji. We got to see big names like Dante and Aldrit and Antonio and Radradra all go at it. France was always going to win thanks to their better depth and more clinical set pieces, and they came away 34-17 winners. Fiji did show that Pool C will be a minefield for squad rotation. Wales and Australia are going to struggle to find space for B teams as the Georgians and the Islanders will be ready to pounce. Us Pool B people know how that feels. And now we only have one round of warm-ups left this coming weekend. Let's hope that all the players involved get out healthy and without the need for legal representation. So those were all the games. What do I usually do now? Oh, the news. There's been a lot. Owen Farrell got a yellow card a couple weekends ago. Then it was made a red card. And then later last week it was made a yellow card again. And then today it might be made a red card again. Or not. He's also been joined by Billy Vanapola today, who got a yellow card this past weekend. And that was turned into a red card. So today it might be turned into a yellow card again or stay a red card. Are you following? As you might imagine, all these color-changing cards have had the world of rugby up in arms this past couple of weeks. I will always take the side of player safety over spectacle if it makes sense. That tackle Farrell made surely would have led, at the very least, to a 6 weeks down to 3 ban outside of a World Cup year. It just seems like the people handing out bans are being a little lenient just before the big tournament. That is me speculating, like I'm some kind of opinion columnist for a news site that uses the English town font in their logo. We'll all just have to wait and see what comes from the courtroom dramas later today. Hopefully the safety of players and their noggins have been the guiding principle in all the deliberations. Finally, to go with all the dramas off the field, World Rugby have confirmed that the shot clock and the TMO bunker review system will be used at the World Cup. Penalties will have to be kicked within 60 seconds of the mark being given, and conversions will have to be kicked in 90 seconds of the try being scored. Nice and simple. The TMO off-field review system is also one of my favorite new things. No longer will we have to watch a player get concussed over and over again in super slow-mo, while a ref goes through a dangerous tackle flowchart to decide if it will be a yellow or a red card. Naughty players get sent off with a yellow card immediately, and then some nerd in a basement goes through the footage over and over again to see if it should be upgraded to a red card, and all of us fans get to watch the game carry on the field. I really like it. And I've also liked to be back after a couple weeks off, but now I must go. Nappies need changing and bottles need washing. I will see you all next week after all the players have gotten through this weekend's games unscathed. Bye.